Hello guys, welcome back to the channel Mathematics JEE. Welcome guys to our channel. As we know, the JEE Advanced 2025 exam is over. So we are going to discuss the questions of JEE Advanced 2025 one by one in this series. Okay. So I am discussing the questions one by one in each video. Let us start with paper 1 question 1. This is a single correct question that appeared in JEE Advanced 2025 paper 1 section 1. Okay, so we have plus 3 and minus 1 marking scheme for this question. It is a single choice question. What does this say? It says let R denote the set of all real numbers. Okay, we already know this. Let AI and BI belongs to R for I equal to this. Okay, define the functions f, g and r, sorry, h. Okay, so f, g and h, all three of these are defined from real numbers to real numbers. Okay, fx is this, gx is this, hx is this. If fx not equal to gx for every x belongs to R. Okay, so this is our given condition. Then the coefficient of x cube in hx is what? Okay, right? So here first let us interpret this information. Okay, this given information is very important. Why? Let's say this information means that fx minus gx, if we assume this to be a function, okay, this function does not cross or intersect x-axis. Now what does this mean? Let us find fx minus gx first. Okay, so f minus g is our what? A1 minus b1 plus 7x plus a2 minus b2, then x square, right, plus a3 minus b3 times x cube plus 0, right? So we can omit this term. So we can see that f minus g is a cubic. Okay, so f minus g is a cubic function, but we are saying that this function does not intersect x-axis at all, right? For every x, this function is non-zero. That means if we think carefully, let's say we know the graph of cubic looks like this. Okay, either top to bottom or bottom to top, right? A cubic generally looks like this, or maybe it can look like this, right? Or it can look like this, or it can look like this. Okay, so we are seeing that a cubic function gives the value minus infinity at x tends to minus infinity and positive infinity at x tending to positive infinity. That means we have to have at least one root for a cubic function. That is the catch. That means if f minus g is a cubic, it must have at least one root, right? At least one x must be there such that fx minus gx equal to 0. That means fx equal to gx. But in the question, it says fx not equal to gx for every x belongs to the set of real numbers. That means this function must not be a cubic function. So what is the condition for not being a cubic function? This coefficient of x cube must be 0, right? So we can say a3, this must be equal to b3. This is the condition that we need. And do we need any further conditions? Yes, we do need it, right? Because let's say if we have a quadratic like this where there are two roots, or let's say a quadratic like this where there are one roots, okay, this case is also not possible. That means the quadratic equation that we get from here, quadratic function, sorry, that is f minus g equal to a1 minus b1 plus 7x plus this a2 minus b2 times x square. This quadratic must have its discriminant less than 0. So we have another condition here that this discriminant is less than 0. That means 49 is less than this 4 times a1 minus b1 times a2 minus b2, right? So this is the second condition we have. This is condition number 2, this is condition number 1. So let us find the answer. Okay, what we have to find, let us check. We have to find the coefficient of x cube in hx. Okay, hx is this function f of x plus 1 minus g of x plus 2. Okay, so f of x plus 1 minus g of x plus 2. Okay, so this we have to find the coefficient of x cube. So we can see here, if we consider fx, x cube appears only here, right? So x plus 1, when we replace x with x plus 1, we get a term containing x cube here, right? As well as here, right? So this we can say that coefficient of x cube in hx will be simply coefficient of x cube in the first term will be simply this plus this, right? A3 times x plus 1 whole cube plus x plus 1 whole to the power 4. Now we have to subtract g of x plus 2, okay, from this. Now similarly, by the same logic, the coefficient of x cube will be found only from these two terms, right? Because none of these terms will include the coefficient of x cube. The term containing x cube will be present only in these two terms. So we have here minus b3 times x plus 2 whole cube minus, then we have x plus 2 whole to the power 4, right? Now these coefficients we can easily find using the binomial theorem. So we have coefficient of x cube, so a cube, sorry, a3, then we have the coefficient of x cube will be 1, right? Then here we have, it will be 4c3, right? So we have this, then minus b3 times this will be again 1, right? And here it will be minus, this will be 4c3 times 2 to the power 1, okay? So basically 2 into 4c3. So we have this coefficient as a3 minus b3 plus this will be 4 minus this will be 8, right? So we can see clearly using this information that a3 is equal to b3, we can say this will be equal to 0, okay? So our coefficient of x cube comes out to be minus 4. That means our correct option will be option number C, right? So this was a very good question on the properties of cubic as well as quadratic function. Do comment whether you were able to solve this in the exam hall or not, okay? We will discuss the remaining questions one by one in further videos.